The objective of this video series is for us to, inshallah ta'ala, reflect and to become better human beings in this month of Ramadan, inshallah. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli wa nusallim ala rasulihil kareem amma ba'd. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to bless you and your entire family with the best of this world and the hereafter. May Allah Azza wa Jal protect you and your entire family from all evil of this world and the hereafter. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shares with us in the Quran the importance of following the Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And before I share this principle of the Quran, I do want to touch upon that following the Sunnah, or to believe or to have conviction that following the Sunnah is of importance, is actually an i'tiqadi issue. In other words, it is an issue of aqeedah, right? So part of being a believer is to genuinely believe that I, as a believer, need to follow the Sunnah. Because in contrast, or contrary to this, if a person believes, na'udhu billah, as they say, naqli kufr kufr nabashad, that by quoting this belief, you're not actually, going into disbelief. But if someone believes, na'udhu billah, that, oh, there's no such thing as a Sunnah, or na'udhu billah, minimizing the Sunnah or making a mockery out of it, whatever, it's a very dangerous, slippery slope. It's a very dangerous, slippery slope. And on that note, what I will say is, if I'm weak and I am unable to follow a Sunnah, the last thing I want to do is make fun or make a mockery out of that Sunnah of my Habib sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It is better to remain silent in that moment than to speak in such a manner where, na'udhu billah, you're making fun of the Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So that's a serious issue we need to address here. That it's part of our belief is to believe that the Sunnah is the best way to get something done. Now, the level of our iman, or the strength of our iman, and us following the Sunnah, that's a separate issue. We all have things that we're dealing with in our lives, and we ask Allah that He gives us the capacity and the tawfiq to overcome our desires, to overcome our nafs, to overcome other obstacles, so that we're able to adhere to the Sunnah more and more. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, بَعْدَ أَعُوذُ بِاللَّهِ مِنَ الشَّيْطَانِ الرَّجِيمِ وَمَا آتَاكُمُ الرَّسُولُ فَخُذُوهُ وَمَا نَهَاكُمْ عَنْهُ فَانْتَهُوا. This is one of the injunctions in the Quran that we find that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is very clear about the Sunnah. What is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saying? Whatever, I'm translating this in our modern English, whatever Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam gave you, take it. In the context is the Sunnah, right? وَمَا نَهَاكُمْ عَنْهُ فَانْتَهُوا. And everything that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam told you to stay away from those things. It's self-explanatory. This is literally what the Quran is saying. That anything that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said to do, that this is the Sunnah, this is the way you need to do it, our belief is to believe in that. And anything that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said to stay away from, we're going to stay away from as well. May Allah give us the strength of our iman, so that we're able to love the Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam more and more, and to then bring it into our lives more and more. Ameen ya Rabbil Alameen. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen.